Oh, hello.
So you guys, I want to bring y'all this video on LaMelo Ball and talk about his reaction to Team USA losing to Lithuania throughout this past weekend. So we all know just recently, Team USA did lose to Lithuania 110 to 104 on this past Sunday to take the top spot in their group. While both teams has already clinched a quarterfinal spot last week, and Team USA is also still qualified for the Olympics as well. So if you guys are not informed, after them losing to Lithuania, the United States has now lost at least one game at 3 consecutive global tournaments after 2 defeats since the 2019 World Cup, as well as having a group stage defeat at the Tokyo Olympics. But to remind y'all, before all of that, we did win undefeated in the Olympics and world titles in the previous years since 2008. So of course, the United States will always have high expectations coming into these tournaments because the world has always been used to us dominating every country. But honestly, the problem that we have about our team now is that when you look at the United States roster for this World Cup, we have 0 players with previous Olympic or World Cup experience, and none of them also didn't make an All-NBA team throughout this past season. So that really is a big difference from our previous rosters throughout the years that we all are used to, and the US is basically like a rookie team compared to other countries right now. But that still don't change the fact that we have some of the best players in the world, and that's why we are still able to compete on a high level and win games. And also, if y'all don't know, the United States roster is extremely small compared to other teams as well, definitely Lithuania, and they honestly took full advantage of that by using their height and size advantage. And LaMelo Ball even witnessed the United States losing to Lithuania by watching the game on television. And he ended up tweeting out Lithuania, as in he couldn't believe we actually lost to them. And he also responded to someone's reply that asked him, "You gonna go back?" And LaMelo responded to him by saying, "It just took me back quick sec. When I read the news, I was like, I used to be there, LMAO, but nah, I'm smooth where I'm at." So as you can see, him watching the United States lose to Lithuania made him reflect back on the days when he actually played there before he even got drafted. And we all know LaMelo basically spent his entire junior year in high school playing for Lithuania while he was 16 years old after leaving Chino Hills during his sophomore year. LaMelo even had an interview with Slam magazine last year about his experience only being 16 years old while playing overseas, and he basically said, "It helped shape him as a player, but the sleeping arrangements were extremely hard and there was nothing for him to do out there." He also included that once he left Lithuania, he didn't care where he got drafted to because he just wanted to be back in the States. So Melo clearly didn't really like his experience at Lithuania at all because he was uninterested the entire time being there. And the funny thing is, while he was watching Team USA play Lithuania, he made 2 posts on his Instagram story about this player that was on Lithuania's roster, and he was wearing number 33. So LaMelo ended up taking a screenshot of him shooting a 3-pointer, and he put under the picture by saying, "I swear I think this buddy I hooped with back then." He also made another post while posting a picture of both of them on the court together when they was on the same team at Lithuania, and he put above it 33-2 and also added, "Tell me I ain't tripping." So of course I decided to do some research to see if that was really him, and Melo was right because that is his former teammate whose name is Tomas Dempsa. So LaMelo and Tomas were actually teammates, and it's honestly cool to see him be on Lithuania's national team because that just shows he's been getting better ever since then and actually earned his spot on the team. Because the league that they were playing in together a few years ago was a small league, and that's why Melo didn't stay that long, because the Big Baller brand had to basically take over everything just so they could get some actual recognition. So that honestly shows that Tomas has been putting in that work since 2017 to get to where he is at now. And it's awesome to see his hard work paying off for him while actually beating Team USA. You know Lithuania was extremely happy after getting that dub because during the game, you could see one of his teammates sticking his tongue at Austin Reeves while taunting him. And even after the game, the whole team literally started taking shots while still being in their uniforms, and they also did it on the court as well, which was hilarious. And once they got to the locker room while celebrating, one of the teammates decided to throw on a USA hat. So you know they were turned to win that game, which I don't blame them, because we all were shocked, including LaMelo. So I definitely want y'all to leave your comments and opinions below on how you feel about the US losing to Lithuania, and also LaMelo finding his old teammate that he haven't seen in years. So once LaMelo finally decided to leave Lithuania after 1 year, then that's when his dad, LeVar Ball, decided to start the JBA, which was called the Junior Basketball Association. And LaMelo ended up playing one season with the Los Angeles team, which they won the championship. And right after they finished off their first season, they then started a USA team while also taking a JBA USA tour overseas to play multiple teams in different countries. But their overseas tour did not last that long due to LaMelo Ball getting in a huge fight that went viral and also cut their international tour short. If you guys do not know on what happened, basically Melo was taking the ball down the court while one of the Lithuania players was playing full court press on him. So once LaMelo finally got past him, he ended up chucking up a shot, which he did get called a charge. And the guy that he was called the charge on was literally in his way when LaMelo tried to land on the ground. So Melo ended up pushing him out of bounds because he was frustrated. And once Melo realized the ref called a charge on him, that's when he turned around to the ref, as in wondering on how that was a charge. But the thing is, once LaMelo turned around, the guy that took the charge ended up slapping Melo on the back of the head. And you can see LaMelo immediately reacted to it and slapped him extremely hard in the face. And that's when a big brawl broke out, which him and LaMelo literally started fighting, and both teams, including the refs, had to get involved to break up the fight. So it was a real crazy situation, which got them in big trouble, of course, and LeVar literally went off on LaMelo in the locker room after the game, which also made him cry. But now just looking back on it, LaMelo was already frustrated during that game, even though they was winning, because he hated being overseas and he was literally just fed up. So any little thing was going to tick him off around that time, and for that player to slap him on the back of the head made Melo just lose all of his cool. So of course, right after all of that happened, LaMelo and the JBA issued an apology, which basically ended the tour. And they did went ahead to send him to Spire Institute to finish off his senior year in high school. But of course, right after he finished off playing at Spire, LaMelo then went right back overseas to play for the Illawarra Hawks in Australia for 1 year, which he then entered the 2020 NBA draft and became the 3rd overall pick. So most likely in the future, hopefully he'll be able to play for Team USA as well to compete in the Olympics and World Cup. But we all know how LaMelo feels about overseas. He might end up just declining every time like Stephen Curry if he ends up getting invited in the future. So we're going to see on how the rest of the tournament is going to turn out, and hopefully the US can win it all. I thank you guys for watching. Please make sure you like, subscribe. Make sure you press the notification bell. T-Gang, we out.
Switching your mentality to just be able to shoot it whenever you're open. It goes out of bounds, but... Whoa. Oh, hello. We've got a skirmish going down here, folks. Whoa. Right next to us. But you know what? The Zakia player made a little slap there. Yes. Very unprofessional. Over the line.